Now, y'all are probably wondering about the story about the dummy and me. Well, it was that day again where everything was quiet. You had to listen to your friend talk about a dummy in class. Well, basically, I had to watch my friend play with his dummy Piper. Who names it Piper? And the weirdest thing about it was it didn't have any eyes. Well, I didn't get that. How did you play with a dummy with no eyes? It it was strange to me, and I just felt like not watching it. But all of a sudden, all the lights in the school turned off. All we heard was the sound of screaming and dragging, and then the lights turned back on. When I went to go back on stage to go look for him, he wasn't there. Where was James? The wariness inside of me became corrupt. I went backstage of the cafeteria to look for him. I couldn't find anything, but there was a door that nobody would ever go through, ever go in. Now you're probably wondering, why am I reading this to you? Well, probably because this is my life story and where it ended. Back at that door, all I heard was the sound of wood banging, cracking bones. And after that, I heard the sound of stabbing and gushing. It was confusing to me. But then I got scared. I went to go run out of the school. I didn't want to go back because I probably knew what was going on behind that door. Right when I went to turn around and go to run, something caught my leg and I tripped and I fell straight on my back. I didn't want to look at it. I kept on trying to claw my way. My fingers started bleeding. When I looked down, it was that stupid dummy Piper. He was holding on to my leg. I took my last breath and kicked his face, but nothing happened. Finally, he let go when I slammed the door on his arm nearly breaking off, but he put it back together. I saw it. Before I ran away, I looked through the door window, only to see my friend James dead on the floor, staring at me. But he had no eyes. I didn't know what that stupid dummy did to him. But I ran out of school, but I tripped again on what it looked like a plank of wood on the ground, and I broke my arm for it hit a sharp rock that we all used to circle around. I ran as fast as I could, through the gym, out of the doors, the back of the school. Finally, I reached out on the road. I looked at my arm. The sight of it was gruesome. I nearly puked at the sight. I I decided to keep running, but before I could, I heard what it sounded like a car coming my way. Noticing my surroundings, I turned to the left of me, but before I could, the sounds of me getting run over made me get blacked out. The next morning, on that one day, the same day, I woke up. I called the nurse. All she did was come in and put a box at the end of my bed. She didn't say anything. I noticed that every bone in my body was broken except for my torso and my head. My legs and my arms were gone. The TV flickered on and I looked at it, and there it was. My whole school with a bunch of dead bodies in the middle of it. I was so startled. I went to look at the box to open it to see what was in there, but the box was already opened. Then I heard that laughter, the same laughter I heard when the dummy grabbed my leg. It was behind that door. I I turned and there he was. waiting for me to look at him. I looked at him for a long while. He didn't do anything. He lifted up his arm and pointed at the TV, and I looked around to it, because I knew there was nothing I could have done. They did a close-up on all the dead bodies, all of my friends' dead bodies. The only thing that was weird was they had no eyes.